Liam, thank you so much for inviting us down to your club in Merthyr. First of all, how has your summer been?
Yeah, brilliant, really. Obviously, winning the European Under-21s and getting on the tour. Um, few celebrations, couple of parties. And yeah, I did take a bit of time off. I wasn't going to, but my coach was Lee Walker, drumming into me. You need to have a couple of weeks off. So I did take a little break after the World Championships and feel fresh now.
Yeah, talk to us about this club that we're sat in at the moment. Just speaking to your dad earlier, you said you've been here 7 years. How much of a big part of your life and as your snooker life has this club been?
Yeah, massive. If it wasn't for this club, I probably, well, definitely wouldn't be where I am now. Because I literally live in here. I don't really go anywhere else. I just come here every day and practice.
Yeah. So what have been the main adjustments that you've had to make from going onto the tour to becoming a professional snooker player now?
I think you've got to be more professional about your practice. I don't think you can practice as much as what I was when I was an amateur, because I was playing every weekend as an amateur, and I think now as a pro, you sort of got big gaps in between tournaments sometimes. So I think you've got to take a break now and then and not go too hard at it.
Let's talk about that match against Dwayne Jones. Absolutely crazy game. For those who don't know, you actually lost out in that Q-Tour playoff against Dwayne in an agonizing decider. I probably shouldn't be bringing this up. Talk to us about those feelings that were going through your head at that point.
It was just, well, I can't even explain to you the feelings. It was just, I don't know. I was glad that Dwayne got on the tour because we practiced together a lot, but at the same time, I was just sick, really. Went in the room, the cue was flying, smashing on the floor, and then somehow I had to pick myself up and play the next day in the European Under-21s. It was just like the craziest couple of days ever, from feeling like absolutely rock bottom to on top of the world within the space of 3 days. It was crazy.
Yeah, and on your way to winning that, you beat some notable names, like some top players in Vlad Radonari, Artemis Zizins, and Anthony Kowalski, the latter two of which are now on tour as well with you. Looking back, that's some run.
Yeah, it was just crazy. Like, I was playing the first couple of games and didn't really want to play, but a few stern conversations with my coach and my mum and dad and Jamie Clark actually got me through in the end, because it was just a tough couple of days.
What did they say to you?
You just got to keep going. Like, I wanted to go home basically after losing that game. I would pray to fly home and not worry about the under-21s, but you just got to stick in there, and if that never happened, I would have been buzzing for the under-21s. So you just got to look at it that way and get on with it basically.
Obviously, you were on the Q Tour last season, won an event, but you had quite a few top players on that tour. How was it in general playing on it?
Yeah, so tough. Like, people like Michael Holt playing them in a best of 5 on the Q Tour. Well, it's just such a tough game, really. People don't. I think the standard of the main tour is so high, but then people don't see the amateur tour sometimes, and the standard of that is unbelievable as well. And like, if I'd missed out there, Q School's definitely no guarantee either. So then you're waiting another year playing on the amateur tour, and it's just tough. Like, it's never any guarantee to get on the tour. So to finally do it is just a massive relief.
Talking about being on the tour, surely a highlight for you last season must have been winning in such style at the Shootout in Swansea with the home crowd behind you. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable experience again, playing in what I thought was one of the best venues I ever played in. It was unbelievable. The amount of seats there, how nice and clean it was an absolutely brilliant venue. And like you said, with all the home crowd there as well, it was just a lovely experience.
Absolutely. And it feels like Wales at the moment is a hotbed for snooker. You mentioned your practice partners to me before we started filming. Why is Wales so prevalent in the snooker scene right now?
To be honest, I'm not too sure, because like, there's not really a lot around here. A lot of clubs have like shut down and stuff like that. But I suppose, like, every couple of years we all seem to produce like another good junior. Like, a few years back it was Jackson, then Dylan got on the tour, and now myself. So I think like every couple of years we do somehow still produce that one junior that comes through.
Yeah, I saw you last season a couple of times, picking out some balls for Mark Williams and being around him. Obviously, he's an elder statesman in Welsh snooker at the moment. What's your relationship like with him?
Yeah, it's good. I practiced with Mark every day about a year ago, and we practiced for about maybe a year and a half every day together. So like picking up stuff from him was just incredible. Like the way he plays is just phenomenal, and that you can see exactly why he's still at the top of the game. He's just, well, he's a freak. He cannot play for 3 weeks and then come in and not miss a ball all day. I've never seen nothing like him. He's just incredible.
And what particular advice or what particular tips have you taken from Mark Williams to put into your game?
I think it's just his attitude. His attitude's just so good. You can learn so much of, like, he never puts any pressure on himself. He just does as good as he can. If it's not good enough, he doesn't worry about it. He just moves on to the next one. I think you've got to take a lot from that, because I think obviously he's an unbelievable player, but I think that's why he's been so great over a prolonged period of time, because his attitude is just second to none.
And a common connection between you both is your coach, Lee Walker. What sort of influence do you think he's had on you? Because clearly, it's been a very successful journey you've had together so far. Yeah,
massive influence, Lee. I'd only been playing like a week, really. I'd had a couple of games in the Labour Club in Agonizing. My dad took me down, and then we went down to Mark Williams Snooker Club, actually. It's literally right by my house. And there's a guy behind the bar, Darren James, and he said, you need to have somebody to look at him. And I was only 6. And he gave us Lee Walker's number, phoned him. Lee come the next day, and yeah, it just took off from there. So since I was 6 and now I'm 18, we've been working together, and it's a really good relationship.
Not to give away any sort of chef secrets or whatever, but why do you think Lee Walker is such a good coach? Because we've seen like Ronnie talking about him, obviously Mark's holds him in such high regard. Why is Lee held in such high regard by some top pros?
I think really he's been there as well. Like, he knows how it feels when you lose 5-4 on the black or whatever, because he's been there himself. So I think he can understand the emotions that you are feeling because he's been there himself already. So whereas many coaches, they don't really have that because they haven't played at the top of the game. So where I think Lee has that on his side, because he knows exactly how you're feeling, and he's probably got the best advice to fix it.
Now talking more in general, you've been known about and talked about for a long time when it comes to the junior scene and upcoming talent. Has that affected you in any way? Because it almost felt like it was a foregone conclusion, you getting on tour at some point. Was there potentially added pressure because of that?
Yeah, I felt like there's been a lot of pressure on me to try and get on the tour, and like I said, doing it is a massive relief, but like I said, there's no guarantees in doing it. The 2 boys in the under-21s that I beat in the semis and final, they got on through Q school, so everyone's expecting you to win the under-21s, but it's not as easy as just going there and winning it, because there's other great players there as well. So yeah, it's tough because you're always going to get people posting their opinions on wherever, Facebook and wherever, so you just got to try and take no notice of it and just keep doing what you can do.
What is it like playing as a favourite in matches? Because potentially this season you won't be favourite in every match. How are you going to translate that from being a favourite in a lot of games to potentially not?
To be honest, I always try and see myself as not the favourite for the match, because I quite like seeing it as a challenge and thinking, if I lose, I haven't really lost because I'm playing a great player. So I always try and put myself in that mentality to think I'm playing somebody better. So I think it'd be good this season to try and play some of the top boys. Hopefully I can play on the TV table a few times for a new experience, and yeah, hopefully I can push on after that.
Going on this year and obviously the year after that, what are the main goals and potentially dreams for you?
Staying on the tour has got to be obviously the main goal. If I can try and stay on the tour, it'll be brilliant. But if not, if I fall off, I think I just got to try and take every experience I can for the next 2 years, and just try and learn as much as I can in the first 2 years. And if you fall off after that, it's no disaster. You just got to try and pick up as much as you can and take every learning curve possible, really.
Liam, we wish you the best of luck for the season.
Thank you very much.